Hey guys, welcome back to another David's Lawn and Landscape YouTube video. As you can see in the channel, some things have changed, and they've changed pretty drastically. Last time that we had talked to you guys, we were just kind of showing you this new 20 by 30 foot storage unit that we were going to start running our new business out of. And well, there's an update video here, and we are not in that storage unit. And actually in this video, the first part of it, we're going to be cleaning that storage unit out and showing you guys, giving you a little tour of our new 30 foot by 50 shop. So things have really grown quite a bit here in the last couple months, and so right now we're gonna go make a run. Got a whole bunch of Menards rebates that I need to get mailed in right now, so we're gonna stop at the post office on the way, and then we're gonna go clean out that shop and show you guys the new contractor shop, the new home of David's Lawn and Landscape. So what you guys will notice in this video is the YouTube channel has some changes. So what you'll notice is the YouTube channel name is now different. We went from David's Outdoors to David's Lawn and Landscape, which although maybe you guys don't know, but that is actually the official name of our company. So we're now running under David's Lawn and Landscape, and we've got just a lot of stuff to show you guys. So stay tuned for the video. Let's meet you at the post office, and then we'll go to the storage unit. Alright, so we just pulled up to the shop, or not the shop, actually, the storage unit, the old shop. So let's open this up and I'll kind of show you guys what's going on in here. So as you can see, looks a little different than when we were first here. There's not a whole lot left in here, and that's because we moved, but it's good to see. You know, the old shop, luckily this was just a month-to-month term lease type of deal, so ultimately we just outgrew it. We, you know, left, and so we just have a few, you know, the snow blowers. I've got a mower here, just some tractor attachments for the 1025, or not attachments, but accessories for the 1025. Got some trash, and obviously just kind of some snow signs, snow stakes, all kinds of little miscellaneous stuff that we're gonna bring over to the other shop and call it good, because by tomorrow's July 1st, so we need to get out of here by then, and we'll kind of move on and continue growing our business at a different location. Well, there we go. We got the first load cleared out. I'm gonna have to go get a set of ramps at the other shop and then, you know, bring the rest. But kind of a mess back here. Most of the stuff I didn't even realize was just trash. So loaded up the bed, put some of the cardboard lighter stuff in the back of the truck. We're gonna go take it over to the shop quick and get some ramps and bring these next. Alrighty, so we just got over to the shop. Not too far of a drive from the last place, about 10-15 minutes or so, but open up the door and kind of show you guys what we've got to work with here. So you'll see we're able to keep our dump trailer and whatnot out front. We've kind of got some road parking and stuff out here, which allows the employees and whatnot, you know, they tend to park kind of right along there, but we're able to keep all the dump trailers and whatnot here. And then obviously there's a lot more room inside to store stuff and to be able to work with. So you see Big Johnny's right there. I don't know if you guys see the difference. Finally got Nokian snow tires instead of the R4s. So actually the R4s are sold now, and those turf tires are going to be gone here this week as well. So found a guy down in Kansas. Name's actually Skidco on YouTube. So he actually had a really good deal on two, I believe he had 2 brand new sets left, and so for just a couple grand I was able to buy these, which they were brand new from the factory. I believe there's even a sticker on one of these somewhere. Not seeing it yet. You can kind of see stickers worn down a little bit, but finally got some brand new Nokians on it. It's the way that I wanted it, so it's now officially a snow cab with the correct tires. So finally done with the R4s. Have a boat here that's going to be out of here. My wife and I got that from her family. We just got to clean it out and get that out of here. A little bit messy back here, but we've got kind of the brake area, whatnot. You know, guys can throw their lunches, drinks, whatever in the fridge, and we've got a whole bunch of chairs. You can see everyone kind of spreads around wherever. Got a nice little woodworking area that we're kind of getting set up right now. Just a little bathroom in here, nothing super special. And then over here, we've got all of our tools, some, you know, not a whole lot of material right now, but we got our various tools. Kind of have a whiteboard here that we use to kind of show what's going on for the week. It's Sunday right now, so I'm gonna have to update that today. But yeah, over here we'll have our mobile, or not mobile, partially mobile, but this will all be kind of the mechanics stuff right along here once we're all moved in. So also, don't know if you noticed, we got a new truck. The Ram blew up. I'll get into that a little bit later, but had to make kind of a flying trip to find a truck, purchase it. The Ram blew up about a month and a half ago. It still runs and drives, but there's some pretty large metal shavings in the engine, and we are not going to continue to run that when there are metal shavings. So we're getting some quotes right now to see how much that's going to cost to put a new engine in there, but it is pretty bad at the moment. So that is why we have a new truck. So this truck is it's a 2007, just 2,500. It's got a lot of miles, 210,000, but so far we've been using it for the last month and a half, and the thing is just a workhorse. So highly recommend those 6.0s. They work like oxes. So anyways, there you go. That's our shop there. I'm gonna continue kind of cleaning out that one storage unit. I'll probably have to bring, actually before I forget, make sure that I bring a broom to sweep out the rest of that stuff. I'm gonna have to plug that dump trailer in too, so it's ready for tomorrow. Got the extension cord ready there. And I think that's about all for in here. Like I said, we also have back behind these buildings, there's 3 giant buildings. Back behind the buildings as well, we've got place for vehicle, trailer, whatever parking. So the Ram is actually parked behind this building right now. And this is the only truck we've been running with lately. So, like I said, it works great, just kind of a bummer. We got to get that Ram fixed, hopefully pretty darn quickly here, because I need a second truck. It's not fun to have the employees relying on me for every second of the day, whether, you know, getting places and whatnot. I need a second truck and probably another trailer as well to help kind of keep the flow of things going, whether it's getting material, dumping material, whatever. We need to have something on site at all times that they can kind of keep working on. So that's our next project, is to get a new engine in the Ram and get probably a new dump trailer. So I was just looking around the tractor, and apparently I'm gonna have to pull off this fender deal. As you can see, it's just scraped the whole inside of the tractor. It looks like that got bent while we were doing a patio a couple weeks ago, so I'm gonna have to fix that, pull that off, and get a new bracket for the fenders, which I'm not exactly sure where they are right now, but this is what it's supposed to look like. They kind of hook onto this. As you can see though, this one is popped up. Not looking great, so I'm gonna have to pull the tire off, pull those bolts out, and just probably get rid of them. Believe we're gonna get a new fender situation done for this winter. Pull the loader off, put brackets and whatnot on the front. So what we had last year with the turntable fenders, which, oh, here they are, right up there. We had those last year, but this year we're gonna add more of a toolbox, fixed fender deal, and kind of take off the whole loader. As you can see, to have it cut off here is a lot better than running with a big bucket up front. So that'll be off. I'm not too worried about that, but I'm definitely gonna have to pull these off just before they get in the way too much for this winter. So anyway, I'm gonna unload this truck quick and then I'll talk to you guys about why we upgraded and kind of how it's been going the last couple months with working, you know, starting the new business basically from scratch, moving from 2 hours north to down here, no client base or anything. I'll let you guys know how or why we've kind of upgraded how we've been doing. But first I got to take care of this and clean that out. So I'll touch base with you guys here shortly. So we made it back to the shop. You can see my wife decided to tag along. She's just doing the final sweep of the old unit and have everything else in the truck there, ready to go back to the shop, and we're just gonna leave the lock off and end of an era here. All right, so I didn't record a whole lot at the last storage unit, and by the way, for those wondering why I was wearing Crocs, it's because I forgot my shoes here at the shop yesterday after we got done with work. So switched to regular shoes now and putting the Crocs away. So basically the shop is a mess again. We've got the snowblower mower there, we've got that snowblower there, we've got all the stuff tucked back in there as well, and a whole bunch of trash that's going to have to go to the dump. So we are going to, and a few more tools here as well. We got the big backpack, the bigger backpack blower. We've got the other Echo head there. So everything is pretty much good here for today. I now have to take the ram, kind of clean it out a little bit. The ram is going to a new, man, walked in front of it. Hold on a minute, guys. So the ram is going to a different mechanic's place tomorrow to get another quote on putting a new engine in it. But for now, let me give you guys kind of a little show around of the truck we've got going now. You can see nothing super pretty. It's in 2007. When I bought it, the guy had new tires, so they're nice Meteor tires on it. 210,000 miles. Nice part too about this one is it does have a place for a gooseneck ball as well. Not too rusty. All the trailer lights work. Everything works pretty well on it. The only thing I'm not super happy with is it does only have a 2-inch receiver. I prefer to have 2 5/16 or bigger when, or not 2.5 inch when I'm, you know, towing such heavy loads like we do. But there's the truck for now, so we'll hop over, get the ram, and kind of clean it out, and we're gonna, like I said, take that to get another quote tomorrow to fix that. So hop in here. And then in here, nothing super fancy. Does have a bench seat, so that's kind of nice. It's kind of a little bit of a mess right now. Just have been using it every day for work and personal use, so it gets used on a day-to-day basis. But for right now, I want to go check out the ram. Like I said, it's Sunday today, so the mechanic's not open, but I'd like to drop that off tonight so that they can, you know, I don't have to mess with it tomorrow at 6 in the morning or whatever when I'm trying to get other stuff done and trying to get the boys out for the day here. So I am just gonna hop over here, kind of take a quick swing through it. I don't think there's anything expensive that needs to come out of it. At least it does have a little bit of a mess in it right now, but shouldn't be too big of an issue. And here's the ram, old ram. So let's go check that out. I believe, yeah, had the key right here, and hopefully she's not dead. Yep, still works. That's good. I believe I got everything all. Oh, a nice little bit of water here. Good sealed bed. See, there's just kind of just crap in here, which is not a big deal. Crap up here too, but it's gonna have to get cleaned up, or either we got to sell it or fix it. Trying to figure out which of the two I want to do. So, like I said, I'm looking for a garage door opener right now. Should have it in here somewhere, but it can always kind of get to be a bit of a mess when we're dealing with this stuff. Not seeing them. Don't believe it's in here. Nope, don't see it. Just see some stuff that's not needed. Let's see if she starts though. It's the real question. There we go. Make sure it's all the doors are unlocked. Kind of loud. Hear the intake manifolds up here just leaking away as well. Kind of as it gets quieter, you know, but like I said, they're pretty positive. They found about an inch or so shaving in the oil pan when they dropped it, so they're pretty positive that it's, you know, I believe they think that it's a camshaft bearing or something around those. And obviously when those fail, it sends shards and shrapnel, whatever else, through the whole engine. So we're just gonna get it tested out one more time. Does have a check engine light, but that actually just reads for the cats, so if we do get it fixed, we do need a new cat. Basically the sensors, I guess the screen is just now turning on, nice and slow. Doesn't know what to do with itself, just sitting here. So interesting. AC, the blower, we'll have to replace the blower motor and the resistor as well. Doesn't have any AC, any heat, nothing with it right now. So it's just kind of been sitting here for the last little while, just doing nothing. So I obviously still paying for it, so I want it to either be gone, so we're not paying for it, or we're paying for it and using it. So hoping that, you know, it does have 178,000 miles on it, but it does have a brand new transmission as of only like 20,000 miles ago. So I'd like to, you know, if I can put a new engine in it as well, then having both a warranted engine and transmission, and everything else seems to be good on it. Very little rust. You know, being an Iowa and South Dakota truck, it doesn't have a whole lot of rust on it. So frame, everything else is pretty good. It's just, you know, if I can get those two main portions of the vehicle fixed, then ideally it'll last a good long time, and we'll just drive it till she dies. So that's what we're up to today. Just a bunch of little piddly diddly errands that need to get done, and putting in hours that you don't even realize you have to put in, which isn't fun. I should probably make sure she's locked. Yeah, it's locked. There we go. So wife and I'll have to come back here at some point today and get that brought over to the shop over there, and hope she makes it. But just the little things, the fun things about being a business owner. And you know, the other not fun part about being in debt on some of the stuff, my mindset on debt has changed quite a bit in the last couple months, last year or so. I don't really want any more debt, so this truck is paid for. No debt on the Chevy here. Obviously, I don't even think I'd get a loan if I tried out 210,000 miles, but we're just trying to operate our business a little bit more lean, I guess is the best way to put it. You know, we don't want to be putting ourselves in positions, you know, where if there's a downturn in the market or something like that, that we kind of start scrapping. And obviously to have a loan on a truck that's blown up because, you know, it is a higher mileage vehicle, that's not a position we want to be in either. You know, not being able to just get out of it when we want to, or having a huge loss and paying so much, you know, through the rear end trying to get it sold. So that's kind of our position is changing. Equipment's a little bit different, you know, as long as it's being used. The rental rates down here in Sioux Falls are just so much higher than what they were up in Watertown. So it's kind of one of those things where you need to have it at your disposal at all times, because you're not guaranteed if one will be available. You know, say we want an excavator, they're always rented out, so you don't necessarily know if one's going to be available, and B, you're paying $400+ a day to rent one of those down here. So it's, you know, when you factor, I use one 3-4 times a month at the very minimum, and so it's obviously cheaper to buy one and just pay the payment than it is to pay $1,600 or more a month just to rent the thing. So we'll see. Obviously we've got the two tractors right now. Big tractor, the 4052R, might be going here probably next spring. That'll be a whole different video of getting into what we're doing for snow down here this year. Like I said, I don't even want to get into it in this video, but we'll talk more about that if you guys want to know, you know, a little, maybe in a few weeks or down the road. So that's all going to be changed. So obviously there's no reason to have the tractor or two tractors. I'd like to get rid of the big tractor, the 4052, keep the 1025, sell the backhoe, because the backhoe is just not as efficient anymore as I would have hoped it would have been. And ultimately we need a skid steer, and we need a mini excavator and trailers and trucks and all kinds of stuff. So we're just really honing in on what, you know, we're trying to figure out what the business needs, what you know, what the clients are wanting done, because down here it's a lot more hardscaping that we're finding. It's not as much of the design install, you know, easy landscape installs. We're pulling out retaining walls and we're putting new retaining walls back in, and you know, we need something a little larger than the tractors to do that. So something with a heavier lift capacity. We need to be lifting pallets of block, pallets of pavers, pallets of, you know, all kinds of fun stuff that right now even the big tractor is a little limited out on. And obviously we don't have a yard, so we don't need a tractor, you know, a piece of equipment just sitting doing nothing all the time. So that, as of hopefully next spring, that will be gone, but we are still involved in the inverted snow model. It'll just be in a different way, and like I said, it is a long story, so we'll get into that in a different video. But yeah, so I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, well, how did you go from seeing our last video, which I just kind of left you hanging on it? You know, we moved 2 hours south, so from Watertown, South Dakota, now we moved down to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and we went from a population of about 25,000 to now, between Sioux Falls and the surrounding, it's over 300,000. So obviously it was a big jump for us. And so we started out in the 20 by 30. Nobody knew our name. We moved down here in, I believe it was, we had to sign our lease for February, because we have 3 dogs and 2 of them are larger, and not every landlord in, you know, when you're going from owning to renting, it's very hard to find a place to house your dogs all the time. So the only option that we had available, you know, to be able to get down here and start going in March with kind of the measly winter that we had, we figured it'd be an early start. So we had to sign the lease back in February, and we had to get out of Watertown very quickly. We had to move down here very quickly and start up very quickly. And so that 20 by 30 storage unit that we left off at was the first place that we found. So it was only $200 a month, so it wasn't too bad at all, and we were gonna run out of there. And things were going really slow. When we first moved down here, it was kind of a pain to get our Google profile moved from Watertown down here to Sioux Falls. And so between my wife and I, were actually pretty worried. We didn't know that, you know, we didn't think we were gonna make it down here, to be honest with you. We thought that I was gonna have to go find a different job, and the landscaping dreams might have been kind of put on the back burner until, you know, we kind of got ourselves established down here. So we kind of went through March and even the beginning parts of April, and things were just slow. You know, we got a call here and there, mostly just people wanting one-time mows, maybe a little bit of spring cleanup type stuff, but that was about it. There was really no landscaping calls until end of April to the beginning of May. So right as we were, you know, kind of just still feeling it out and talking about whether or not we were going to throw in the towel, because obviously bills still had to get paid, and you know, there's still stuff to do. We were kind of living on selling our house up in Watertown, selling that place up there, and just kind of living off of that sale, you know, that money there. Well, end of April, the phone started ringing, and it did not stop ringing. It was a whole lot of answered prayers. And so even still to this day, we have been averaging on the low end 5 phone calls up to on the high end 20 phone calls every single day for all kinds of work down here. Big work, small work, and everything in between. So we kind of got our butt in gear and we got going. We had to rent some more outside space over in a different area. So we had our 20 by 30 storage unit, and then we had 2 outdoor storage units to store the truck and the trailer. And they weren't next to each other. So every day I'd have to go get the trailer, go to the storage unit, load everything up, and then go, you know, do what I needed to get done, go unload everything at the storage unit, and go unhook the trailer. Well, that obviously took a whole lot of time, energy, effort. I mean, it was just the least efficient that we could possibly be. So as we were continuing to grow and get calls and whatnot, we ended up hiring my cousin, you know, to help us, and now he's full-time. So he was in high school at the time. Now he's full-time out, you know, out of school for the summer. And well, there was nowhere for him to park, so he was showing up to our personal house every day, which is kind of on a busier on a busier road right now, and there was nowhere for him to park. So he was parking over there, and it just wasn't working. You know, the neighbors were getting frustrated that they've got all these trucks you know, out on the road. They're seeing trailers every day, and we knew that we just had to do something different. We were starting to get notices from the city, and you know, people weren't liking it, and in a residential area, you know, it's understandable. So my wife and I kind of talked, and we decided to make the jump and go move into this, like I said, I believe it's 30 foot by 50 foot contractor unit with a bathroom, water, all that's outdoor parking, and basically consolidate all of our equipment, all of our tools, materials, everything into just one place that we can go to every day, that the employees can park at. And you know, ultimately it was a risk. We were kind of worried about it, but it had to be done. And well, once we did that, we were able to kind of hammer down on more of the phone calls, and we were willing to expand and do some jobs that maybe required more material that we just didn't have space to take on those jobs before, and ended up getting so much work we hired a second person, and then a third person. So we now have 3 full-time people, and then myself, and then my wife, when she's done with work, she comes and helps out as well. But she's starting to mostly kind of return phone calls and do some of that back end work that I just do not have time to focus on anymore, because I'm just so busy out in the field getting kind of the operation stuff done. And so work has continued to come in. We're getting booked out. We're taking deposits for the next couple of weeks and months, and we're looking to expand it. Now the tough part is obviously growing takes money, and as we're still getting started, we're still a little strapped for money. We're trying to get back in the groove of things, back in the flow. But that's ultimately what we're trying to focus on right now, is just basically just doing the work, getting it done, getting paid, and kind of trying to grow as absolutely much as we can right now, kind of with what we've got given to us. And like to get the truck, once we have the Ram running and we've got 2 trucks, next purchase will probably be another dump trailer. Right now I just spend so much of my time out hauling stuff, hauling material, hauling the debris out, hauling junk, all kinds of stuff for the guys. And sometimes they're sitting over at the job for an hour and a half waiting for me to get back with another trailer. The dump is quite a ways out. So I'd like to get another dump trailer or dump truck to kind of keep the flow of things going every single day, try and prevent some of that downtime, because it is eating into our workflow each week, and it's starting to impact us quite substantially. And we feel as though the calls we've been getting, and we're confident that even as things are kind of there's a little bit of a downturn in the market, we are still confident that things will stay pretty good for us here in Sioux Falls, just as we're kind of in a nice market where things are growing, but there's not enough houses for people to move into. So there's a lot of new houses and apartments, and there's a lot of opportunity here for hopefully the next 10-15 years of just trying to get caught up with the infrastructure, as there is a lot of people moving into this city. So that's kind of where we've been. It's just been busy to stay up. There were a lot of worries that trying to not go bankrupt, trying to really keep things in gear, because it's stressful to move a full-blown business from one city to the next. And especially with the slow start we got, there were a lot of prayers that were prayed, and I mean, it's so far it's just been a big answered prayer to see kind of what we've been able to start creating down here. And we're not done yet, and we want to start kind of vlogging and showing you guys more of what's been going on. Our business has changed from a lot of maintenance to now we're pretty much putting in everything. We just did a nice install, as well as we just finished a retaining wall this last week. We've got a lot of retaining walls coming up. We've got French drains. We've got a whole list of different opportunities that different jobs that we get to learn how to do and kind of grow our business around. And so it's been great. And if any of you guys, I don't want to be too much of a motivational guy, but if any of you guys have thought about making that jump into full-time work, really just do it. Obviously make sure your bills and expenses are paid. But if we would have thrown in the towel, I can tell you it would not have been good. Probably would have been working at Menards with a bankruptcy on my name. And now we've grown, and I think we've already close to doubled what we made in Watertown at this point last year, in about a month and a half, 2 months less time. And so we're continuing to, you know, our projections and our numbers are continuing to rise, and we're projected to grow this business quite a bit, and this is just going to technically be our first year of going. So just make that jump and work your butt off. I mean, I'm putting in hours and hours trying to keep the flow of things going, and it is very stressful, and sometimes I am not in the best mood dealing with it, but ultimately that's what needs to happen. And so we're trying to build something beyond my wife and I, and so we got to put in the hours to do so. So I hope that, I know this is a longer video, and hope that kind of puts things into perspective. I'm trying to pump out a lot of content now, trying to create a lot of it so that I can get on a schedule of just having videos ready to go. I'm hoping twice a week. It may just be once a week to start, but I'm gonna try and get on more of a consistent schedule. So please, if you guys are interested in watching this journey, please subscribe, please like the video, and stay tuned for what we've got going. I'm pretty excited to create this business, and especially in a new city, in a place that my wife and I are gonna stay for the long haul, and just excited to see where this takes us, and I want to take you guys along with us. So again, please like this video, subscribe, share it if you know someone else who would like it, and ultimately thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.